KM Clips, we back at it again, you know what I'm saying? This channel is done. Like, my second channel, bro. You guys, we're gonna be posting way more consistently on this channel because your boys running out of content ideas. And the only thing we do on the main channel is really just yap and gym and pretty much everything else. But on the second channel, I really want to just put my opinion out there on anything and like react to things that might be funny. And if anybody has any videos that they want me to react to, you literally just go to any of my socials and just DM me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna start a Discord. I'm good off that. But before we start this video, make sure you subscribe. Watch this video to the end because I need the watch hours. Your boy is trying to get 2 monetized channels while also being consistent on both and loving what I do. Appreciate y'all, fellas.
Peep game. So the movie starts off with these 3 intergang members trying to kidnap the mayor for some reason. Clark is such a aura icon at this point.
Clark.
They fear him more than God.
Get Mr. Mayor and his better half out of here before we get trouble from the man upstairs.
Didn't know you was a believer, boss.
That ain't the man upstairs.
Who the fuck are these Lex Luthor clones, bro? It's like ever since this nigga Lex Luthor got a big ass mega suit, these niggas want to follow after.
Stairs I'm talking about.
And rightfully so, because he packs all of these niggas up in seconds.
Damn!
All of them of their suits and hog ties them in a circle.
Brother.
While Bebo Lebowski, Superman's top glazer, is doing his job. Calls in some Justice League members for the cleanup. And Cyborg figures out that the technology for the suits the criminals were wearing comes from Apocalypse. But Superman has an interview to attend with Lois Lane. Superman has found the transmissions from his biological parents and wants to share this information publicly through the news. And after he wraps that up, he flies her back to the Daily Planet, only to super speed back into the building after he flies away so he can bump into her on the 3rd floor. And Lois is a goddamn freak. Clark remarks that
Lois, bro, let's talk about Lois, man. Superman had an animated series. I watched that whole thing. Lois Lane is a hoe, bro. How you with Superman and motherfucking Bruce Wayne at the same time? Bruh. This nigga, Batman. Roll the clip.
Quick, is my hair straight?
Oh my God.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
That fella devious. This nigga got off his jet, his plane. He saw Lois. He was like, yeah, that's mine. That's it. He took Superman's bed easily, bro.
Come on, man. That's too easy.
he just met with Superman and he knows what that means.
You had that interview with your super friend. I know what that means.
Before pushing Clark into a broom closet so she can get
Where's on fire after seeing him?
Oh, you not feel my nigga. You know what?
Should I be jealous?
I think it's the tights.
So either that's just strange relationship
You know
banter,
what?
or Clark is actively okay with being cucked. They have a conversation about Lois meeting his parents, but he cuts that shit short and heads to Victor
freaky
Stark and
ass.
tells him that the goons from earlier were probably wearing LexCorp tech. So he spins the block on this nigga Luthor, but it turns out
I told you, bro, that Lex Luthor tech is not it. These niggas look like a bunch of goofballs.
on house arrest this entire time, showing Superman the bedazzled ankle monitor on his leg, which, mind you,
This
are
nigga
fake.
got a
This is done out of
bro.
been on house arrest this entire time, showing Superman the
Does this nigga got emerald on his ankle monitor? This nigga just dripped out in every occasion.
bedazzled ankle monitor on his leg, which, mind you, are fake. So this is done out of pure spite and hatred. Clark threatens to violate him and flies away. Now, at this very same instance, a group of astronauts are working outside of their ship. Throughout the entire movie, they try to emphasize how much the city truly loves Superman.
All I'm just saying, Lex is the first nigga that I saw that got emeralds on his ankle monitor. This is the first nigga I saw that's literally dripped out in an ankle monitor. Who does that?
Superman. I say this because the astronauts are having a conversation about how Superman has saved them multiple times before. But at that very moment, a boom tube opens in the middle of space, launching an asteroid directly at Earth in the path of the ship. And then we see those people die. Now Lex has been watching the entire thing, so he sends another team to go search the crash site, which is at the bottom of the ocean, where they run into a couple of Atlanteans who are just there for the same reasons they are. And Lex's team lets the Atlanteans search the crash site first.
Yo, what the f is that?
Stop bitching, Nick. It's a dog.
That's definitely not a dog.
See, I told you, you are just brain dead.
I thought it was a fucking dog.
I lost a lot of weight recently, and none of my clothes fit right anymore. But my Stitch gets shipped directly to your door.
Premium. I'm
Everything
good, bro.
These niggas do not have a survival instinct between the four of them. This entire scene felt like a fucking horror movie, but I will say the fit is immaculate. Now Lex is still watching all of this at base. Tells him to roll back the footage of this nigga's grisly murder so he can analyze a little bit more. Doomsday has arrived on Earth and the Justice League is none the wiser. This intergalactic threat is about to destroy your planet, and these niggas are talking about the JLA budget.
I can step up when the Wayne Foundation falls short.
You're kidding, right?
It's not till after Lois met Clark's parents and he starts attacking random people on the street before Superman even knows that Doomsday exists. But Diana tells Clark to spend some time with Lois while she sends some other members to deal with the situation. Now, the situation in question is currently staring down a police firing squad, and bro's throwing cars and shit around before they came, and usually people who can do that are also bulletproof. When they start firing at him,
no
and the
fucking
gas
dog.
tank in the back explodes, engulfing Doomsday in flames, they're genuinely surprised. Rightfully so, because gang just walks through the flames and beats the shit out of these officers in the most disrespectful way I've ever seen in my life. Look at bro, he was hiding behind the car after he was done murdering his man, and then cracks him over the head with an entire vehicle. Whole time this Latina is recording it for a World Star, which these niggas love to stand around and watch other people be murdered just for them to be next. Hawkman gets off a lick before Doomsday palms this young lady's face. And I didn't know Hawkman was like that for real, because he was knocking this nigga around for a few minutes. Gave the rest of the Justice League enough time.
Bro, this nigga gave him the Raging Blast special. I swear to God. This nigga gave him... Oh my God. Dear Lord. Fuck. God.
Pull up, but ultimately he gets ragged out and punched in the mouth.
Damn!
And Hal Jordan thinks that he can do better than Hawkman.
I'm a member of the Green Lantern Corps. We eat monsters like this for breakfast.
My nigga Green Lantern.
This is why Green Lantern stay getting his ass beat in his universe. But before he can get murdered, Hal gets rescued by the Flash.
I have
and
my
this shit got
own
me
Steam
unbelievably
Deck
confused.
sound
Y'all
effect,
couldn't just
bro.
jump him? Do y'all have a 1v1 rule? Like,
He
why?
not the only one that can do it. He not the only one. Let's continue, bro.
Boxing this nigga in a single file line, because it takes all of a couple seconds for a Doomsday to adapt to Barry's speed. Straight punches a man
Damn!
think in slow motion before that nigga gets saved by Batman. They've never had a problem with jumping niggas before. What is their issue now? Doomsday has just dismantled like half of the Justice League, people with godlike abilities. How does Batman think he's going to stall this bitch for even a couple seconds? The answer is throwing bombs and running. Cool thing I will note is that with every Justice League member that Doomsday fights, a piece of his outfit comes off, so they're like slowly revealing the design over time to eventually he fights Superman. Now while the entire league is getting their chests caved in, Clark is on a dinner date with Fine Shit to reveal the fact that he's Superman to Lois Lane. When he gets the news that the rest of the Justice League got fucking folded, so
Now, personally, me, if Lois was laughing at me like that, she would have got chin checked. Just saying.
Leaves immediately after telling her, prompting this stupid bitch to follow in a news helicopter.
God
We cut
damn,
back to the Justice League
bro.
fighting Doomsday. They have finally got some semblance of their shit together and actually started jumping. Sadly, Victor gets torn limb from limb, and as Martian
that brother
Manhunter
is
trying
gone.
to read Doomsday's mind, he realizes
Absolutely
there's
cooked.
not a thought in bro's head. It is just pure violence. Bro pretends like he's about to kill Batman just to break Martian Manhunter's ankles and punches him into a gas station the minute he unfreezes, causing a huge fire.
That nigga is gone, bro.
Explosion. the only known weakness to Martians. And after this straight violation, he doesn't even look back. He goes to Metropolis, almost like he can smell the direction of the ops. So Diana, having gotten her ass beat off screen, catches up with Doomsday and proposes a fair one. And we all know the Justice League power scale. It goes Martian Manhunter, Superman, and then Wonder Woman. So if you just packed homeboy up, what does that mean for her? She slides in the clutch to get a couple licks off, but Doomsday keeps manufacturing these haymakers out of thin air, smacking a literal god.
He gave her the Conquest special. I'm gonna be real with you.
That's around.
Big ass beat down coming out!
Ooh, that brother's floating in the air. How could his hands do this? Oh, someone get him out the air.
There's so much momentum in these swings that he shatters her fucking sword. And this shit was like made by the gods or something. So how the fuck? Gets her on the ground and starts pounding her into the concrete. Gang is such a smoke demon that he plans on ending her life with her own sword. But luckily Superman steps in with some laser vision. They play the heroic ass music. Diana tells Superman to not hold back. This nigga's serious. As Doomsday emerges from the flames, fully unsheathed. And this nigga should have just kept that shit on because his aura points fell massively after I saw that mohawk. But anyway, they start clashing and shit. And it seems like they're equally matched up at first because of this massive ass shockwave. But all of a sudden, Doomsday starts shooting laser vision. This heat vision attack sends Clark flying through a building, being one of the only times bro's bled in his entire career, with the entire city watching in fear. And Lex is getting fitted up for some power armor just in case Clark fails. And it looks like he might because he's getting smacked across the city. And this little fight on the bridge is possibly one of the best in the DC animated universe because it completely encapsulates what Superman is about and absolutely what Doomsday is about. While Superman is trying to save a bunch of people on this collapsing bridge due to their fight, Doomsday
I gotta save that Tyler meme.
Completely unfazed to every
damn.
Except Superman.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He gave him the Broly special, bro. Holy fuck.
Doesn't care that they exist. He's violating Clark left and right as he's desperately trying to redirect the fight away from civilians. He ultimately decides to pull Doomsday through a section of the bridge, destroying it, but leading the entire altercation into the water instead. Doomsday keeps throwing him across the city, so he eventually ends back
this
up in a crate with
nigga
Lois
different.
Lane flying overhead to report on the scene. So he throws Superman's limp body at the fucking helicopter, destroying the propellers, forcing Clark to manually land it on top of this skyscraper where he has a brief conversation with Lois. When Doomsday leaps from the ground onto
the fuck
a
is this
skyscraper.
nigga doing?
And again, because Superman is a
God damn.
he laser visions
This nigga got jumps. What the fuck?
off the stabilizer to the helicopter and uses it as a bat to swat Doomsday away. All before
that nigga
Bro
went
can even
flying.
land.
He's
Says
gone.
his last words to Lois and goes back to work performing an injustice super on Doomsday.
Dead ass. Boo, boo. Kablooey. You're done. Oh my god.
Yet he's the one who steps out of the rubble. Lex tries to take his opportunity to save the day and be loved by Metropolis.
This nigga
They
Lex.
expect this thing to have laser vision.
Where the fuck
Doomsday
is that
tears
nigga
through his
neck?
suit and almost turns this thing into a fish fillet. Clark saves him in the nick of time, and of course Lex is angry. And Gang goes right back into the action, knocks this nigga into the Hall of Justice. And the hands that they're throwing is causing so much of a shockwave that it
Uppercut him
destroys
through the
entire
cutter.
building, maybe even the city block. Yet Superman is still getting horrendously violated.
Kablooey.
He chokes this nigga with his own cape and then curb stomps
Nigga,
him into
really?
the pavement on live television. Also, has none of like the League members recovered by now? Nobody gonna tag out? Once Superman is on the brink of death, Lois tries to intervene to stop Clark from getting killed, just attracting attention to her. So
Oh my god. Why would you do that, bro? You're done. She really Say goodbye to Lois Lane.
Clark is forced to get off the ground.
She's
and
gone,
snap this
bro.
thing's neck with a super punch, but at the cost
Damn.
of his own life, because he was impaled on the spikes that were intended for Lois Lane. If she wasn't here, Clark could have gotten that dub. If he wasn't absolutely forced to hit him at that precise moment, he wouldn't have been impaled. But as Clark lays there dying, Lois tells him that she loves him too. And it cuts to the entire city mourning at the funeral of Superman. This nigga Lex has a neck brace on that we later found out is fake, so he's doing this strictly for clout purposes. And everybody gives some words about how much of a symbol of hope Superman was. And at the very end of the movie, Jimmy Olsen tells Lois Lane that she's gonna want to see this as she goes to Superman's grave to see he's still alive. Like and subscribe if you want. Of course,
nobody killing this nigga Superman, bro.
And watch this video if you want to see Superman and Batman get jumped by the entire US government.
Low key. You know what? No, we're gonna say that. Appreciate y'all for watching. That shit was crazy. Peace. I'm so sorry, Ryan.